Hello, Nikolai Markovich from Echolaketech Technologies, echolaketech.com. This video is a continuation of an earlier video on how to create unique links for things in your Bubble app. In this example, the thing we're creating is a blog post. I'll provide the link to that earlier video up above and down in the notes. Before I jump into this demo, please give me a thumbs up if you like this type of content, and also subscribe so you get notified of upcoming videos. So there's two things I'm going to show you in this video, and the first one is this clipboard here. So basically I've got a link to this blog post, and when I click the button here, it'll save the link for it, and I can come over here. You can see at the top it's got blog post 2, and I'll just do a Control V here to paste. And now you can see the title of it is, this is a test blog. Now if I come over here, the title of this one is blog post 2. If I copy it and come over to this page and do a Control V again, you can see it comes up with blog post 2. The second thing I'm going to show you is how to email a link to somebody. And let's see here, we've got contact@echolaketech.com. And that's the email. You can reach out with any questions. You can email the link, and then it'll send. And I actually have this one here set up. And I'm going to show you two different ways to do this. One, you get the full link here, and it has, this is the test log, and also it's got the email information. And then the other way, it just simply has whatever wording you want to put to connect for the link. And here I just have click here. So when I click on it, it's going to open it up, and it brings me right to the page. And I'm just going to show you here in the URL, it's got this email contact at echolaketech.com. The reason why I did that, put the email in the link like that, is so that you can keep track of who's clicked on your link and has gone to the page. So you can see here it says you have already read this blog, so it knows that I've come to this page and have read it. So let's jump into the design on how to set this all up. So the first thing we're going to do is the clipboard, and this is fairly straightforward. I'm going to jump down here to plugins, and it's the air copy to clipboard. And to get that, just click on the add plugins, and eventually there we go, and just type in clipboard. And here it is. So I've already got it installed, but if you don't have it installed, click on where it'll say install, and then you'll have it all set up. There's no keys or anything. It's simple. Just set that up, and then we'll come over to the design. I just have a simple button on here. So to get to buttons, it's right over here, and you just add that into the repeating group. And I will, again, have the link for the video to set up this, creating a blog post and so forth, so you can check out that design. Now let's go to the workflow, and it's a simple one-step workflow, copy to clipboard. And then in there I have the current cells blog URL. So to set that up, come down to plugins, copy to clipboard, and then current cells blog and blog URL. And that's it. It's really that simple to set that up. And now to come over here for the email link. So I've got a simple input to capture the email address. So right over here, over on the left, input forms. And then the only thing I did for this demo is I changed the content type to email, and I just typed in email address like that. And the email link. So over here, again, another button. We'll click on the workflow. Now for this workflow, we got send email. And I have the input email addresses value. So down here, input email address, and then value. Subject, I just put link to blog. And now for the two different links. So again, I'm just going to jump back over to this email, and you can see this full length link here, and then also the shorter one. And how to set those up is basically the current sales blog, the blog URL, and then we add this append, and then you add this question mark with no space, email equals, and then another append, and then the input email addresses value. So this is kind of the special sauce, if you will, on how to set this link up. So let's kind of walk through it here. So basically current sales blog URL, and then you get this more, scroll down to append, and now here, question mark, email equals, and that's all you have to type in. And again, I'm going to jump back over to here so you can see this is where the question mark email equals comes in. Okay, now I typed in email. You could type in whatever is relevant for your app, and then you get a more again, scroll down to append, and then input email address value. And that's it. That's how we set it up so that you get this here to show up in an email. We'll just delete all of that. The next one is I'm going to first do a copy and paste of this here, and it's a right click, copy expression. And because you see I have this URL here, bracket URL equals, and then I have the same expression that I have up here. I have a close bracket, and then I have click here, and then the open bracket / URL close bracket. So again, click here is what's going to show up. So let's walk through that. I'm just going to go down here and type the bracket URL equals insert, right click, paste expression, and then don't worry that the line shows up down here. Bubble will take care of that, and you'll see just a moment. Click here, bracket, URL, and close bracket. And that's it. So that's how you set up these links for sending in an email. The next step I do is reset the group. And this basically just resets the inputs in the repeating group. And then I have an alert for show message that the email was sent. So right here, send email. Right here, send email. And then fill in those fields. Reset group. So element actions, reset data. And then I have a group, create blog post. And then the last one, show message, is element actions, show message. And I had this element already created for this. And that's all there is for this workflow. It's pretty straightforward for that. And down, or rather over here, this is where we get the alert and message sent. And that's basically all there is to do to set this up. The other thing is the conditional. So basically on here, the current sales blog has read blog contains this input email address. Now let me just jump over to the data structure here. And basically under blog, I've added, from the prior video, I've added this field here, has read blog. It's a list of text, It is not a list of users. The reason being is you may not have users already set up in your app, so you want to capture their emails by using the list of text. And again, back to here, to this URL, you can see I've got the email address contact@echolaketech.com. So that is what I'm going to be capturing into this data field here, has read blog. And again, that way I don't need to worry if somebody has an account already in my app. You can send it out to anybody on your distribution with or without an account. So let's go back to the design here. And so basically all I'm doing is I'm just checking to see if that current sales blog has an email address of somebody I've already sent. And if it is, I do an already sent link. I just change the text and the background color, and I disable the link. So if I come over here, do a refresh, and I come over here and contact@echolaketech.com. And you can see it's already changed to the already sent link. Let's run over to the data, and you can see right here, has read blog, has this field already loaded with contact@echolaketech.com. So that's how I capture it here, but the other part of it is on the blog page. And on the blog page, I've got this simple text here, and basically just says you have not read blog if you haven't been to this page before. And then it does a search, or it looks, rather, there's no search in this as the data structure is set up to have the has read blog as part of the page blog, and it contains this the email, get email from the page URL. So it's basically, to walk through this, current page blog. And again, you see current page blog here because this page is set up as a type of content blog. So that's why you see, let me come over here, that's why you see get page blog. Has read blog because the page knows the data structure has this data field in it. It contains right here. And then get email from page URL. So basically to do that, let me do this so you can see get, and then blog has read, contains, and then down at the bottom here, get data from page URL. And you get this pop-up, and the parameter name is email, and that's it. Get email from page URL. And now this is another critical part of it is when I come back over here to the URL. So we've got email right here, okay? So if I had, when I set up the link for the email, if I had typed emails with an S, and then over here I didn't have, if I didn't have S in here, then it wouldn't work. So make sure that your spelling is correct and you're consistent with your what's in your URL as well as the parameter name here. And that's basically how you set this up. Now what this will allow, again, is by tracking the email account of who's been on this page, you can do things like prevent them from seeing the page a second time, for instance, and redirect them to your index page. Or you can keep track of how many times the user has come to this particular page. So there's a variety of different things that you can do by tracking their email when they come to this page, when they click on that link. So that's it for the video. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, drop me a note below. Again, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for future videos. Thanks.